Hello, everybody, and welcome to the SWL Show. We are your primary source for off-season news in the SWL and in many other baseball and wiffle ball topics. We are here today continuing our interview series. Today we have brought in Amy, SWL player and manager, who finished 6th last year at a slightly surprising 3-12. But but with that being said, she is optimistic for next year, and hopefully we can see why in this interview. So first off, what was the best moment, or time in wiffle ball for 2017?
From my perspective, was my home run, my first home run.
Yeah.
I just didn't know that was possible, but
yeah. You went on to hit 4 home runs, each with a unique celebration following, which is part of the reason why we have gained so much viewing interest. I mean, it's hard to not imagine having that much personality into one hit or one at bat. I mean, it's definitely one of the best parts of the season overall, and it's good to have you there playing, because all the emotions that you bring to wiffle ball is definitely something to be admired for those who don't take wiffle ball seriously. If you could change one thing from last year and apply it to next year, what would you do?
Well, besides the lack of running skills, which probably isn't going to be able to change, but I hope to get a little better at pitching, and been working on that some, and hope to be able to dominate on the mound a little more.
Well, there you go. Last year you did have a little struggle during, especially the early parts of the season, pitching-wise. She ended up allowing 15 more runs as a manager than any other person. Hopefully that will change, and we will get you closer to a winning season, if not, undefeated. That's always a possibility. So, what was the hardest part about 2017 wiffle ball?
Just learning everybody's pitching styles, I think, and how to be able to hit, I would say.
The league was put together almost last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the first game of the season was like the first time anybody saw, especially Jace and Tegan.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard to see them beforehand.
Right.
So
right.
I understand what you mean. And then just kind of getting the feel for wiffle ball, because like that first game was the first time some people even played.
Right.
So
right.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
What do you need to do as a manager to make it to the World Series next year?
Maybe put a little more strategy in choosing my players, and maybe get some lessons from Joe and Adam, and how best to optimize my players.
It was definitely something that was shown throughout the season. If you can get a good team put together, you can dominate. I mean, and I've even seen it from you at points in the season. There were teams that you put together that were pretty hard to beat. Towards the middle of the season, aside from your 0-6 start, towards the middle of the season you were inches away from winning games. And I think that's one of the things that will help you next year, is just your experience picking teams and your experience putting together lineups, because it definitely improved towards the end of the year for you and a lot of other people as well.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the new league format? I know you haven't signed the contract, so we're going to have to take a look here. But I have the leagues down here, and you are a part of the American League with reigning SWL champion Joey, Chris, who made it to the wild card last year, and Cheryl, who's a new manager. How do you feel about this new format in general?
Well, it just kind of takes it to another level. You know, it'll be on the National League. You guys also have Tegan as a new manager. Cheryl's a new manager, which brings in different rules per se. So I'm kind of excited to see where it goes.
Yeah,
I think anything can happen yet.
A lot of things can happen. There's a lot of unexpected things that'll hopefully make next year even more interesting, if possible, than last year.
Yep.
So, how will you prepare for next year? In the off season, any physical, emotional, mental sort of preparations to make it so that you're ready to dominate on the first game of the season?
Well, I think just mostly physical for me, like just practicing some pitches and was working on some swings last night, and you know,
yeah,
just as much of that as we can get in as possible. And but I just mostly like to go out and have fun. So.
Yeah, that's what this whole wiffle ball league's all about. And definitely a part of the new playoff format where everybody gets that slight chance. You were kind of spoiled out of the playoffs. I mean, you're going to be the only manager that didn't make the playoffs one year, but that's okay. And
I'm not worried about that. So.
We're all looking forward to you making that recovery run. So, any preparation that we can help with, me, Joey, anybody else, will be something to help better you as a manager and a player. Because we want to see you win games like everybody else. I mean, because we all know you're capable of it. So we will be playing at Swisher Park close to 100% of the time next year. Will that change your strategy game to game?
I don't know. Probably not. From the end of the season last year, I think it'll probably stay about the same. I like Swisher Park. It's a more open field, and I've been able to hit some home runs there, and saw Addison almost be able to hit one there too. So
yeah,
it's a fun field.
Mm-hmm. With that Swisher Park, it opens up a lot of opportunities for a lot of different players, and it makes it their choice. Like if you're a manager picking them, it provides some of those who struggled at Front Yard Stadium, as we call it, gives them even more of a strategy boost when you pick them. So it is interesting, and we did play well last year at Swisher Park. So like Addison said, it might be hard adjusting back if we did come back. So one last question. Anything else you wish to say to the audience? Wiffle ball or not wiffle ball related? 2017 wiffle ball, anything about that? 2018, anything?
No, just looking forward to another fun season, just getting together, having good times, and just being able to spend time together and have fun.
All right. So we do have one more request, since you are the only manager to not have signed the contract. Would you care to sign it now?
I suppose I can sign it now.
Hopefully this will secure next season for you.
I will sign it.
We have your spot there.
I see it. Okay, here
she
goes.
Will be joining all managers.
But the pen isn't working very well.
All managers in... Yeah, we might have to get you... that's good enough. You will be joining all managers in next year's league. So we look forward to seeing you there.
All right.
Thank you for coming out.
Yep.
And we will see you guys... It's not recording.
Do we show it?
Oh, no. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
And we will see you guys next episode of the SWL Show. See you guys later.